News is live, local, late breaking. Now 10 News at 11.
6 people were killed when a plane crashed in Center County. Now the cause of the crash is under investigation. Good evening and welcome to the weekend edition of 10 News. I'm Jennifer Goodwin. A small plane went down in Center County around 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. All 6 people on board were killed. 10 News reporter Chris Seacott has been following the story. He joins us live from Bedford Township now with the latest. Chris.
Well, Jennifer, the National Transportation Safety Board is now in charge of the investigation. They've called their efforts on Saturday a fact-finding mission. Now, the plane's manufacturer as well as the engine maker have also been called in to assist. Now, take a look. You can see in the distance here, the wreckage of the plane does remain, though it's a different scene than what we saw here Saturday night. At that time, investigators were still on scene conducting an investigation. At this point, though, it's Civil Patrol protecting the perimeter, making sure no one enters into this area until the NTSB removes the plane tomorrow. Ed Pope was driving to Bellefonte Saturday afternoon. Just before 2 o'clock, he saw something wrong in the sky.
I knew something bad was going to happen. I was hoping he would be able to make a landing, but he was in too steep of a dive.
He says the single-engine turboprop was out of control, then hit the ground. No explosion or fire. Pope ran to the plane.
The pilot was hanging out the window. I took his pulse. There was none, and his back was broken. It was clear that he was dead on impact.
He's talking about 51-year-old Jeffrey Jacober. Jacober, his wife Karen, and their 15-year-old son Eric died in the crash. 49-year-old Greg Weingeroff, his wife Dawn, and their 10-year-old son Leland were also killed.
They've died as a result of blunt force trauma due to the airplane crash, and the manner of death will be ruled as accidental.
The 2 families are from Providence, Rhode Island. We're told they were flying in to see a Penn State lacrosse game. Mike Jacober is the team captain. His father, Jeffrey, was flying the plane. The National Transportation Safety Board is talking to other pilots who were flying in the area. They're also taking measurements, looking at evidence before the debris is removed.
We look at the man, the machine, and the environment. You look at anything that has to do with the pilot, anything that has to do with the aircraft, and anything that has to do with the environment they're flying in.
As for what caused the crash, still no official word.
We have ruled out nothing. We have nothing to lead us definitively in any direction at this point.
We're told the airplane did not contain a black box, no cockpit voice recorder, and no flight data recorder. And the NTSB says the plane did not issue a distress call. And again, looking live at the crash wreckage here in Bedford Township, the NTSB will issue a preliminary report in 5 to 10 days. Officials say they'll also be looking into the plane's maintenance records, as well as Mr. Jacober's flying records. Reporting live in Bedford Township, Center County, I'm Chris Seacott, 10 News.
All right, Chris, thank you for that update. A tractor trailer rode over on Interstate 80 Sunday in Clearfield County. According to police, the driver of the tractor trailer blacked out and hit a tree, causing the truck to roll. No injuries were reported.
Now, your weather first.
Well, it was kind of a gloomy, damp Easter Sunday. We had periods of rain during the day, then it calmed down a little bit. Another period through the evening hours. As you can see, things generally moving off in a north and easterly direction. This will be the pattern. Just off our southern horizon, another batch of rain showers will come through here. So, yeah, you're going to run into some ponding on the roads as you do some late-night travel. Some of the streams are going to kind of creep up a little bit, too. Blessedly, the temperatures will stay above freezing, so we won't go through that slush business or any kind of worry about an overnight freeze. There are some areas of fog, not quite as bad as last night, but still there could be some visibility problems as you take off for work or school tomorrow morning. But temperatures on the rise. We'll get up to about 40 degrees by sunup. Rain, possibly some fog overnight. Not the best of days tomorrow, but boy, there is finally some good news in the forecast, Jennifer. It's actually going to warm up a little bit. We'll have that 7-day report in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thank you, Casey. Pope John Paul II made an appearance at Easter Mass on Sunday. Reporter Alan Pizzi is in Rome with more.
In what may be the most poignant and telling moment in his papacy, John Paul II struggled to speak, but could not utter a word. At every other Easter in his 26-year reign, the Pope has blessed the faithful in as many as 60 languages. During 12 minutes at the window today, he appeared to wipe away a tear, managed to wave and make the sign of the cross to the faithful throng, and held his head in apparent pain and frustration. For many of the tens of thousands who jammed St. Peter's Square, the Pope's distant and silent presence was more important than the religious aspect of the Easter Mass.
My heart almost jumped, I guess. It was for me, I just was paralyzed. I was in awe.
I think that this silence, and to the extent that he's not able to say anything, is also a great message to the whole world.
The service included a special prayer for life and new energies for the Pope and the Church itself. As with every other ceremony during Easter week, it was cardinals, not the Pope, who took charge, including reading the traditional Urbi et Orbi, the address to the city and the world. In it, the Pope decried violence and called on God to help those suffering from poverty and hunger. But it was the suffering that has reduced the man often called the great communicator to a silent, frustrated figure that most had on their minds. The Pope's doctors say his convalescence is going well, although he has been told to reduce stressful moments. But the fact that he did not utter a word throughout the most important week in the Catholic calendar says a lot more about John Paul II's health than any medical bulletin. Alan Pizzi, CBS News, Vatican City.
Meantime, thousands of Christians celebrated Easter Sunday today. Hundreds gathered for Easter services at the cathedral in Altoona Sunday morning. According to Christians, Easter is the most celebrated event in history. It's the day many Christians believe Jesus rose from the dead. Some good economic news for Bedford County this weekend. A firm receives a grant to expand. 10 News reporter Marissa Carney explains.
Lampire Biological Laboratories just outside of Everett produces antibodies and animal blood products, among other things, and supplies them to places like the USDA and the Center for Disease Control. Recently, the firm was awarded a $50,000 grant and tax credit for an expansion. The money will help pay for a utility upgrade to a new 11,000 square foot building along with some job training. Right now, 10 new jobs are set to be created with the company's impending growth, and some of those positions have already been filled. This campus is one of 4 across Pennsylvania. With its particular expansion, Bedford economic officials are hoping it really becomes a hub for biotech industry. Lampire's president and CEO agrees. In a phone interview, Gregory Krug says more and more we're trying to develop a biotechnology area. This type of grant is surely helping lead the way for things like that. Krug says with the expansion, young biotech companies could start looking at moving to Bedford too. He also says he's thrilled with the support the firm has gotten from the county. In fact, the firm is already working on a type of partnership with the Technology Center to create training programs for the kids so they can see the opportunities in biotechnologies. Marissa Carney, 10 News, Bedford County.
Some residents in one Somerset County town are refusing to participate in a study to control development near the Flight 93 memorial site. Cumahoning Township officials say they're concerned about letting Somerset County officials decide how township land will be zoned. 5 other towns are participating in the study. The study will help determine where hotels, restaurants, and gas stations will be built because thousands of visitors are expected to visit the Flight 93 memorial site. 16 IUP students were arrested for a violent brawl. 11 of the students arrested are football players. Police say the students broke into a house on February 16th seeking revenge for an earlier fight between IUP's quarterback and a member of a fraternity. The students face a number of charges including robbery, burglary, and assault. Terry Schiavo is going on day 9 without food or water, but Terry's family hasn't given up hope on saving their daughter. And Bellefonte native Eric Milton had a tough day in spring training. John Dabkovich will have that story for you coming up in sports.
And you've got a wet start to the work week, but warmer weather is on the way, he said alliteratively. Storm Tracker 10 is next.
You're watching 10 News at 11. Live, local, late breaking with Jennifer Goodwin. If you see news happening, call 10 News at 1-800-762-6053.
For Buick, it's an all-new game, all-new style, luxury, and power. Right now, drive away with up to $4,000 total cash back on 2005 Buick models. Move up to Buick, official car of the PGA Tour, at your quality Buick dealer today.
Get the new Quick Fill credit card and start saving 3 cents a gallon on every gallon you purchase. Because 3 cents a gallon can add up quick. The Quick Fill credit card, only at Quick Fill. For all you've got that's running on empty. Gas isn't the only thing that fills up quick at Quick Fill. Try our Quick Fill coffee, made fresh every half hour from 100% Arabica coffee beans. The best there is. Quick Fill coffee, only at Quick Fill. For all you've got that's running on empty.
It's spring pricing at Fiore Isuzu Mitsubishi with price rollbacks on Ascenders. Compare the equipment. Compare the price. We start at $21,995. Mitsubishi, the best back cars in the world. Gallants as low as $14,995. 05 Eclipse starting at $15,995. 0.9% financing on Outlanders and Endeavors. Plus over 100 certified pre-owned vehicles below book price with warranties up to 100,000 miles. We're Fiore Isuzu Mitsubishi, Altoona.
This 10 News segment is brought to you by Chrysler. Cars to fall in love with.
You're watching Storm Tracker 10 weather with Tom Casey. Live, local, and late breaking.
Well, I hope your Easter Sunday went well. The weather notwithstanding, it looks like cloud cover and periods of rain and fog will be our lot the rest of the night and on into tomorrow. Wet streets, you're looking live in the city of Altoona along 17th Street there. And all across the region, that's pretty much the story. Figure another 12 hours of this to go through. Rain reasonably widespread, gets steady at times, and then it kind of breaks up a little bit, as you can see, as time goes on. But just count on it being wet on into tomorrow afternoon when it tapers off to showers. Good news, though, there is some spring-like weather on the way. Not tonight, though. 39 in Altoona, and these temperatures are important because that probably is the low. Won't go much lower than that. We don't have to worry about a freeze tonight. There should be no major travel problems tomorrow. Ponding on the roads from the rain, but no freeze, no slush. 41 in Happy Valley. You can see the air is very, very moist. 37 in Johnstown and 38 in Du Bois, and all across the region. That's the story. Even the northern counties. We're not thinking about any of this changing to snow, but some pretty good rainfall. Quite a large mass of it, as you can see. The center of the storm coming out of Alabama, working its way up the Appalachians and throwing moisture in advance of it. Some areas in central Pennsylvania still with snow on the ground. Get an inch of rain tonight and tomorrow, so some small streams could flood. We don't have any watches or warnings, but if you live in one of those traditionally flood-prone areas, be on the lookout a little bit. A wave earlier today, another wave coming by here tonight. More on the way tonight. It should all taper off to showers by tomorrow afternoon, and that is certainly some good news. The heaviest of the rains, always the toughest thing to talk about. Looks like maybe east of State College on down into the Susquehanna River Valley. Those are the people that might have to worry about some of the streams coming out of the banks. The rest of us just going to get soggy around here. And as always, be careful with your driving. It's real easy to hydroplane. The weather doesn't cause that. Driving too fast causes that. So slow down tomorrow. Here's the low pressure moving out. Rain moving out over time. Tapering off to showers by tomorrow. Coming on into Tuesday. Looks like some nicer weather for 2 or 3 days, warming and clearing around here. Weather the way it ought to be to end the month of March. Going out like a lamb, it looks like. 38 for an overnight low, as we said, in Altoona. Periods of rain. Not quite the bad fog region-wide that we had last night, but there will be some patches of it. So, again, visibility might be a little problem as you take off tomorrow morning. Monday, temperature gets up into the middle 40s, maybe even upper 40s if there's a peak of sun in the afternoon. Some places, Jennifer, could be into the 50s. How about that? With the rain tapering off, a little bit of a northeasterly breeze. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 60s every day with at least some sun every day. Some of those days, maybe a good bit of sun. Next weather system, Thursday night or Friday, looks like all rain. Knocks the temperatures down a few degrees. That is the first time we have had a forecast like that in a long time.
Right.
When's the last time we saw the sun?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's been a while.
Tuesday's going to be a terrific day.
All
Hall of
right.
Famer.
Sounds great. Thank you, Casey. The number of protesters outside of Terry Schiavo's hospice is growing by the hour, but Terry's body continues to weaken 9 days after her feeding tube was removed. More on her story next.
Click on tellusmore.com and discover Blair Christian Home.
My Grand Cherokee's 4x4 of the year, and I got 0% financing.
Because it has amazing four-wheel drive capability, and it's trail rated.
Plenty of cargo room.
5-star crash test rating.
And a great lease.
Join over 1 million proud new owners during the Jeep Spring Sales event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Get 0% financing plus a March bonus cash allowance that can save you up to $4,800 on Grand Cherokee.
We got the Laredo we wanted.
Life is good.
Well, there was one year where I almost lost the entire backyard to crabgrass, and I vowed that would never happen again. The following year, I did use Turf Builder plus Halts. It not only got rid of the crabgrass, but it also greened up the lawn and thickened it. I used the cheaper brands, but I didn't have the color that I wanted, and I did have the weeds. Look how thick it is. Look at the color of it. There are no weeds. I take the credit instead of Scott's. I call it Luby Lawn. I'm very proud of the results that I get from Scott's. And there will be no crabgrass.
Lots of Toyota cars, hundreds of choices. Toyota's nationwide spring sales event with thousands of amazing values. Get $500 cash back from Toyota on Corollas or lease for just $179 a month for 36 months with $19.99 due at signing. 05 Camrys get $750 cash back or lease for only $199 a month for 36 months with $19.99 due at signing. Toyota's nationwide spring sales event. Quality, selection, value. Now that's moving you forward.
And it just hauls.
Nobody else had stow-and-go seating and storage.
V8 power, 0% financing. You gotta love those numbers.
Smooth ride.
Tons of room.
Bonus cash.
Hurry in now and join over 1 million proud new owners during the Dodge Spring Sales event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Get 0% financing, package discounts, plus March bonus cash allowance for up to $9,700 on Ram.
Yeah, I got a Hemi. And the deal, sweet.
The car you've been dreaming of is the car we've been dreaming up.
Dream on, dream until your dream comes.
The all-new Buick LaCrosse, the world's first quiet-tuned sedan.
Lease LaCrosse CX starting at around $249 per month. Call for residency restrictions and details.
Broke up with a personal loan from Clearfield Bank and Trust Company. Don't brew over high credit card bills. Consolidate with one affordable payment. Applying is easy. Call today.
Now to the latest on the Terry Schiavo case. Doctors say Terry Schiavo is in a permanent vegetative state. Her feeding tube was removed 9 days ago under a judge's orders, and she has been without food or water ever since. Schiavo's physical condition continues to weaken. Meantime, the number of protesters outside of her hospice increased by the hour. Reporter Drew Levinson is in Florida with the latest.
How you doing?
10 days after her feeding tube was removed, 41-year-old Terry Schiavo was given the sacrament of communion. The priest says her mouth was too dry to take the wafer, but she did receive a tiny droplet of wine. The priest believes Schiavo's death is imminent, a fact disputed by her husband, Michael Schiavo. Sunday night, protesters continued their round-the-clock vigil outside Schiavo's hospice. They're still looking for any way to get her feeding tube reinserted. Now a group of activists promises to take Schiavo's fight back to Congress. Monday morning, they are expected to demand that congressional leaders save Schiavo's life. Schiavo's family insists Terry Schiavo is not in a permanent vegetative state, and she is dying in pain. But Schiavo's husband maintains his wife is dying with dignity and is comfortable. The case has raised tensions on both sides. Nearly 40 people have been arrested over the past week, and Sunday the crowd grew so frenzied, Schiavo's brother tried to calm them.
We're not going to solve this problem today by getting arrested. We can change the laws, okay? But we have to do, it's not going to change today.
Now their minds are on Terry Schiavo.
Again, that was Drew Levinson reporting. Thank you. John is with us now with a look at what is coming up next.
Well, the road to the Final Four has finally come to an end, and tonight we'll tell you who made it and how they got there. Kentucky got a lucky bounce, but would it be enough to get them into the Final Four? We'll have those highlights for you coming up next in sports.
If you decide to quit smoking, there are things you should know that can greatly increase your chances for success. To learn about them, visit Quit Assist Online, a free resource that links you to a wealth of expert quitting information, including tools and tips that have worked for others. Because the more you know about how to quit, the better your chances for success. Quit Assist. Log on through philipmorrisusa.com.
It's March Madness at Dean Patterson's, which means deep discounts and huge savings. Dean's gone completely nuts and discounted 25% off select Avalanches, Suburbans, and Tahoes. That means 05 Colorado 4x4s can be leased for just $188 a month. 05 Cavaliers start at $89.95. Dean's gone completely nuts, offering Trailblazers starting at $22,995. It's March Madness at Dean Patterson Chevrolet now until Thursday. Dean Patterson Chevrolet, Altoona. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
5-star front crash test rating.
It's the only minivan with stow-and-go seating, and I got 0% financing.
My 300, 2005 Motor Trend cars a year.
It's got a lot of storage.
We got a great deal on it.
Hurry in now and join over 1 million proud new owners during the Chrysler Spring Sales Event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Get 0% financing plus a March bonus cash allowance for savings of up to $7,400 on Pacifica.
It's the only safe utility vehicle on the road.
General Motors and Fiore Buick Pontiac GMC have teamed up for the biggest deals at the big dance during the GM March Madness event, only at Fiore Buick Pontiac GMC. Get double rebates plus GM bonus cash. We've gone mad, I mean crazy, during the GM March Madness event. Double rebates plus GM bonus cash on all sport utility vehicles and pickup trucks, and discounts up to $8,000 on Buick and Pontiac cars. We have the largest inventory of new Buicks, Pontiacs, and GMCs between Pittsburgh and Harrisburg, only at Fiore Buick Pontiac GMC, Altoona.
I got a great deal on my new Liberty.
My all-new Grand Cherokee's 4x4 of the year.
It's more cargo.
Bonus cash, more adventure.
5-star side crash test rating and 0% financing.
Join over 1 million proud new owners during the Jeep Spring Sales Event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Get 0% financing plus a March bonus cash allowance that can save you up to $6,900 on Liberty.
I love it.
This 10 News segment is brought to you by Buick, the spirit of American style.
You're watching 10 Sports with John Dabkovich. Live, local, late breaking.
2 weeks ago, we sat down and tried to figure out which teams would make it to the Final Four. Now we know, and most of us were way off. At least I was. Tubby Smith of Kentucky had some tense times late in the game against Michigan State today. Casey said his bracket's looking fine. Final seconds down by 3. The Wildcats get 3 looks at the game-tying shot. First it was Patrick Sparks, then Kalena Azubuike, then Sparks again. And how's this for a shooter's roll? 4 minutes later it falls in, and we're going to overtime. But one overtime was not enough. Second OT, Allen Anderson's layup is no good, but that's what teammates are for. Paul Davis slams it home, and Michigan State wins 94-88. Tom Izzo is going back to the Final Four. Wisconsin and North Carolina. First half, Sean Mays, the big fella down low for North Carolina, and he is big and strong. Carolina up by 11. Final seconds of the first half now. Wisconsin down by 3, and Sharif, he don't like it. Sharif Chambliss knocks down the 3. The Badgers went on an 11-0 run to end the first half, tied at 44. But North Carolina pulled it together in the second half. Under 20 to play, Sean May blocks Alondo Tucker, and North Carolina wins 88-82. Of course, you can see the Final Four right here on CBS and TV 10 next Saturday, April 2nd, starting at 6 o'clock with Louisville in Illinois, followed by Michigan State and North Carolina. Pirates outfielder Jason Bay went 2 for 4 today in a couple of minor league games. Bay is recovering from a bruised left wrist. He hasn't played in a big league game since hurting himself while diving for a ball back on March 8th. The Bucks, meantime, at the Red Sox. Apparently, the Easter Bunny lives in Fort Myers, Florida. Cost of living isn't bad there, I hear. Bottom of the second, Trot Nixon flares one into center, but Chris Duffy makes a nice catch. No score at that point. Duffy walks back to his position, all proud of himself and stuff. Next inning, there's nothing Duffy can do about this one. Mark Bellhorn takes Mark Redmond deep in a battle of the marks. A solo home run makes it 1-0. The Sox led 7-0 at one point, but Keith Folk gave up a 3-run homer to Freddie Sanchez to make it 7-4. Folk thinks it's kind of funny, but he can laugh because the Sox won 8-7. Phillies and the Reds. Bellefonte native Eric Milton facing his old team. Bottom of the second, Pat Burrell takes him deep for a solo homer. Look at where this one lands, up by the barbecue pits and stuff. 1-0 Phillies at that point. Fifth inning, Milton facing Burrell again. Milton Berle, not to be confused with the comedian Milton Berle, of course. Same result this time. It's a 3-run homer. Burrell's 6th of the year. Phillies win 5-0. Milton gave up 4 runs in 4 2/3 innings. Well, it turns out Saints coach Jim Haslett isn't the only person who thinks the Steelers dynasty of the 70s was fueled by steroids. Former Patriots general manager Pat Sullivan says he also thinks some Steelers players were on steroids. Sullivan told the Boston Globe that the league didn't test for steroids back then, so there's no concrete evidence of steroids being used, but all you needed to do was look at some of the guys to realize what was up. Last week, Haslett said the NFL steroid craze of the 80s started with the Steelers of the 70s. Haslett also admitted to trying steroids during his career as a player. Well, golf superstars played second fiddle to the weatherman this week. Rain delayed the Players' Championship again today. They've been trying to finish the second round since Friday. They got that done today. Phil Mickelson on the 5th hole pours this one in from about 50 feet to get to 5 under par. And then it rained. I mean, it really rained. They'll try to finish the 3rd and 4th rounds tomorrow. If not, the players will get on an arc and leave town. Finally, we have memories. We all have high school memories, from graduation to prom and all that kind of stuff. But an Indiana basketball player has one that might top the rest of us. Washington High School was down by 1 point with 1.8 seconds left in the state championship game. That's when Luke Zeller put up a half quarter and made it. Washington, of course, won the state title 74-72. And Casey will be glad to know that the kid is going to Notre Dame next year.
All right, a definite high school moment. Thank you, John. We'll be back after this break.
Hyundai has 2 award-winning SUVs, including the all-new Hyundai Tucson, named Best New Small SUV by Kiplinger's, with 6 standard airbags. And the Hyundai Santa Fe, winner of Strategic Vision's Total Quality Award, featuring V6 power standard. Both have spacious interiors and quality backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. So get your award-winning SUV starting at just $18,094, only at Hyundai. Get a Santa Fe with up to $2,000 cash back, 1.9% APR, or lease for $249 a month.
It's your reputation in the community. That's what it's all about.
We're the law firm of Nelson and Zhang. He's Nelson.
He's Zhang. Whether it be a law firm or a bank, it's about the reputation. And it's a small community.
I don't send anybody somewhere I don't trust.
So where do you send them?
Send them next door to Investment Savings Bank. It's not only what they've done for me, but it's also what they've done for the people I've sent there. There's 4 banks on Allegheny Street. We choose to send them an investment because that's where we bank, because our reputation's on the line.
We trust one another.
Welcome to the Lincoln Mercury Roadshow Sales Event, starring the all-new Mercury Mariner, a more stylish take on the compact SUV, and special roadshow values on every new Mercury, including Mountaineer with flexible seating for up to 7 and available no-charge leather seating surfaces. And now get up to $5,000 cash back, including $2,000 roadshow bonus cash. The Lincoln Mercury Roadshow Sales Event, now through March 31st.
It's GMC's NCAA March Madness event. Choose an 05 Sierra 1500 Crew Cab SLE 4x4 with available option package discounts and cash back and get a total value of $6,000. Big deals for the big dance. See one of these GMC dealers today.
It's Marvelous Monday at Wolf Furniture. For one day only, find store-wide specials like this swivel rocker at over half off, now $98. A Lazy Boy high leg recliner, $198. This all-leather sofa just $498. And a solid wood complete 6-piece bedroom is only $17.98. Marvelous Monday financing means no money down, no interest, no payments for a year, and no minimum purchase. Plus, receive additional discount coupons when you come in on Marvelous Monday, this Monday only at Wolf Furniture.
For one State College family, this was a very special Easter. 10 News photojournalist Tom Kretschmer shows us why.
We're Kevin, Anna, and Olivia Riley. We're from State College, Pennsylvania. We adopted Olivia about a year ago through the Field of Dreams agency in Bellefonte. We got a call one day to pick her up, and 2 days later she was in our arms, and we brought her home, and our life has been much different and much better ever since.
Olivia is a Jell-O junkie. For us, it's great just to know that last year at this time, we weren't even really expecting a baby, and then suddenly to have one right after Easter. Olivia, baby bear. And we drove through the night and walked into the adoption agency straight from the highway, and there she was, and they just handed her to us, and they said, "This is your baby," and they asked us 5 million times if we were sure about it, if we really wanted Olivia, if we really wanted this, and we said yes, and we took her to the hotel room an hour later.
Look, I can't really remember what it was like without her, actually. Yeah, I can't imagine at all how it would be to live without her.
All right, Tom, thank you very much for sharing that story, and we hope you all had a great Easter.
I'd like to see Olivia in a couple of Easters from now. It's going after the bunnies. Anyhow. Rain tonight, some fog, maybe not quite as bad as last night, and then rain on into tomorrow, kind of gray, a little bit warmer though, and it should all clear out by Monday night, and then, look at here, up into the 60s during the day.
Okay.
That's golfing weather right there.
A sense of rightness returns to the weather. I got 2 in the Final Four, but they play each other.
But where do you stand in the standings? That's the question.
Forget about it.
Me too.
And we're out of here for the night. Thank you so much for staying with us. Good night.
Closed captioning provided as a public service by Edgar Snyder and Associates, a law firm representing injured people.
Let's go! 345 horses. That's more power than Ford or Chevy.
It's got great looks, and I got bonus cash.
3 words, Cummins Turbo Diesel.
Heavy-duty power with 0% financing? Done deal.
Hurry in now and join over 1 million proud new owners during the Dodge Spring Sales Event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Get 0% financing, package discounts, plus March bonus cash allowance for up to $9,700 on Ram.
Yeah, I got a Hemi. And the deal, sweet.
What's new? The new 255 horsepower Accord Hybrid. Not to mention, the Accord made it to Car and Driver's 10 Best Cars list for the 19th time. Then again, we've always been popular with those in the know. Oh, and right now, you can lease a Honda Accord LX at a price you won't believe. So, what's new with you? Now you can lease an Accord LX for $199 a month.
Fiore Furniture celebrating its 66th anniversary with their biggest sale of the year. Fiore Furniture has made special purchases to save you 40, 50, 60, even 75% off retail. Quality Lane living rooms all on sale, plus get factory authorized instant rebates of $50 off recliners and love seats, $75 off sofas and leather chairs, and $100 off sectionals and leather sofas. Special terms, no payment, no interest, no accrual till September 2006. Fiore Furniture, Plank Road, Altoona.
The car you've been dreaming of is the car we've been dreaming up.
Dream on, dream until your dream comes.
The all-new Buick LaCrosse, the world's first quiet-tuned sedan.
Lease LaCrosse CX starting at around $249 per month. Call for residency restrictions and details.
Look
Looking for a pre-owned car or truck? Find it the easy way at GoFiore.com. $300, $200, even $100 a month. You decide and we'll show you how to drive the vehicle you want for the payment you want, hassle-free. Now get as low as 2.9% on select certified pre-owned. These deals won't last. There's 100 vehicles to choose from. Fiore, Toyota, Scion, Volkswagen, Audi, Altoona.
Fiore Toyota, nobody sells for less.
Jimmy Smits, Kim Raver, and Joy Philbin next live.